right, well, it's awesome to see so many people here. I'm based in Atlanta, and our meetup is not this large, so I have stories to bring back. But my name is Elizabeth Ploshay. I'm a member of the board of directors for the Bitcoin Foundation, chair of the education committee, and also I serve as manager of communications for Bitcoin Magazine. So I'm all about Bitcoin, and I just want to share a little bit about the Bitcoin Foundation and how you guys can get involved. So the Bitcoin Foundation was created in fall of 2012. We have an international membership base with individual memberships and industry members. So how many of you guys are members of the Bitcoin Foundation? Okay, some. We need more. How many of you guys have heard about the Bitcoin Foundation before? Okay, that's good. Awesome. Okay, so we were previously incorporated in the US, but now we're moving into a global entity incorporated in the UK. And one of our main projects is actually bringing on a lot of international affiliate chapters. So we're really pushing global in 2014. Also, we're a nonprofit organization. How many of you guys thought that the Bitcoin Foundation was a lobbying organization? Okay, oh, right. So it's not. It's a nonprofit organization really focusing on education and getting more people involved in the Bitcoin community. So the mission, it's pretty clear. I'm not going to bore you with reading all this, but standardizing Bitcoin, recognizing that Bitcoin is non-political online money, and making sure that we're going to protect the protocol. So the Bitcoin Foundation supports a lot of projects like grants to help strengthen Bitcoin as a currency, in addition to Bitcoin as a movement. Also protecting Bitcoin in terms of cryptography. The Bitcoin Foundation has supported the chief scientists, Gavin Andresen, and other development projects. And of course, promoting Bitcoin. So really promoting education. We have an awesome forum, if you guys aren't members of the foundation yet, where there's a lot of dialogue as well. Excuse me. So the vision is Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer currency. So the foundation needs to remain as a peer-to-peer organization. So one of the things that I'm really passionate about is keeping things very decentralized, because oftentimes I think a lot of us think that we'll feel some comfort in some sort of a centralized organization and all, but the biggest thing is keeping Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer currency and the foundation as a peer-to-peer organization. So really keeping the foundation supporting a non-political economy, openness, independence, and all. So to talk a little bit about our international development, our main statement now is think globally and act locally. So it's kind of neat. The first announcement about the International Affiliate Program took place at the San Jose Conference in May of this past year. And since then, we've been able to bring on 2 affiliates. So the Bitcoin Foundation of Canada, which is located in the Bitcoin Embassy in Montreal, and then also the Bitcoin Association of Australia. And I guess the biggest thing is really fostering local movements, empowering leaders on a local level to get people involved, because Bitcoin touches upon a lot of key aspects that can be important in different countries. So everyone comes at Bitcoin from a different angle. And the neat thing about the foundation is these affiliates can get plugged into a larger network and an organization where there's just a way to network, and also a support network too, in case legal issues arise and there are issues with different governing bodies. So again, why international affiliates? There's dialogue about why do we even need a foundation? Why do we need this umbrella organization? But it's a great place to tap into. And it's a support network. But the International Affiliate Program, again, supports kind of a grassroots outlook. And the cool thing, too, with these international affiliates, if you're a member, say, of the Bitcoin Alliance of Australia, you can also be a member of the Bitcoin Foundation Global. All right. So the structure is pretty simple. We've got the board of directors, professional staff, the international affiliates, and various committees. So I chair the education committee, and one of our main projects is to get some resources out there that are going to be easy to hand off to friends and family who need to learn more about Bitcoin, also various businesses if you want them to accept Bitcoin. The law and policy committee is really key. Obviously, most of you know Bitcoin is an infant currency, so there are various issues that are coming up that we're not even sure, like, what is our position on that? So the Law and Policy Committee helps kind of craft the dialogue there. And obviously regulatory affairs, that's a big issue in the US and a lot of countries, and they've been really proactive kind of going out there and speaking to regulators when invited, and also just kind of empowering people to understand regulations even in their states and then internationally as well. And of course, a proactive membership base. So I hope after this presentation, more of you guys get involved with the foundation. So again, decentralization is key to the foundation. I want to stress that because I know there's been dialogue going on in the Bitcoin community about the foundation being centralized and whatnot, but that's not the case. Our main goal is to really empower you guys to go out in the community and share more about Bitcoin, share more about the principles that make Bitcoin great. And we really want to encourage, again, more empowerment of individuals and businesses to start, spreading the currency far and wide, whether it's internationally or even on a multi-gender basis. So some exciting announcements. How many of you guys were at the San Jose conference? Okay, cool, very neat. Well, our next conference is going to be around the same time this year in May in Amsterdam. So it'll be really exciting. We're going to put out an official announcement for that, but we hope to see some of you guys there. You don't have to be a member of the foundation, but that's kind of a cool place to visit. So it's definitely a good time to join the foundation, especially as Bitcoin's becoming more and more prominent. Membership is pretty easy, $25 payable in Bitcoin. You can be a lifetime member, industry member, and also, again, it's a great networking opportunity. So I just want to encourage you guys to remember, you guys are here today and you're not just involved in a currency, but you're involved in a movement. Bitcoin is definitely a social, political, and economic game changer. It's not just something you transact with, but it's something that sparks a dialogue to empower individuals. It offers an amazing investment opportunity. It promotes economic freedom around the world. And it provides expedient borderless transactions. And you guys know the honey badger, right? You guys have heard of the honey badger, of course. So Bitcoin is totally the honey badger of money. I mean, it's amazing. So just think about that. If you ever get frustrated or people question your involvement, stay involved because it's just going to grow as a movement. And if it's not Bitcoin, it's going to be something else. So just a few things. Thomas Jefferson, I like the guy. He talked about central banks. And one of the things, it's like, initially, before you get involved in Bitcoin, maybe you think, okay, what's the big deal about a central bank? I'm putting my money in a bank. But what Thomas Jefferson stated really is that the issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. And I really feel that Thomas Jefferson foreshadowed Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin is individuals operating in a peer-to-peer network without dependence on a central point of failure. And, we're all still going to be working with banks and stuff, but it's really cool to go around the banking structure and have more power to the people with that regard. Just a side project I want to share about, there are some women in the room, which is awesome. We're getting more ramped up our Women in Bitcoin group, but in particular, I just want to share about how I think Bitcoin can really empower people. How many of you guys know about how some people are prohibited from having bank accounts around the world because they're a woman? Yeah, it's true. So in countries like Saudi Arabia, for example, women are prohibited from having a bank account, and then they're oftentimes stuck in even abusive situations. So think about how you can send someone money who doesn't have a bank. You can send someone Bitcoin and help them get out of a terrible situation. And this is just one of the many things that Bitcoin can do. So really, it's important for you guys to think about getting involved even further in Bitcoin today. It's an investment, they say, goes a long way. You're involved in a historic movement towards freedom. And I just think about all the aspects of Bitcoin that make it unique. And obviously, again, you can't trust in a centralized government. You can't trust in a central point of failure. So I really encourage you to consider getting involved in the foundation. Consider sharing more about Bitcoin. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I'm so excited at our next board meeting to share about how large this meetup group is. You guys are truly an example for meetup groups around the world. So great to talk to you guys. If you have any questions just about the foundation in general or comments that I can bring to the board, shoot me an email, elizabeth@bitcoinfoundation.org. Obviously, bitcoinmagazine.com. We have monthly magazines where you can buy them and send them to your friends and family, and of course, bitcoinfoundation.org. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. It's awesome to see you here. Thanks so much for having me.